You ever have one of those days where your to-do list is staring at you like a mountain and you just can't seem to get started? You've got goals, a vision for your business or work, maybe even a full-blown strategy for the life that you want to build. But somehow you're standing still, distracted by the screens, drawn into the loop of news, messages, scrolling, and being distracted by all that's going on out there. And then comes the inner voice. I should be doing more. Why can't I just get going? Where's my motivation? How can I get more of this accomplished? Well, let me tell you something. I've learned and lived through myself, right now in fact, that you don't need more motivation. You just need a system that makes you unstoppable without it. Before we dive in, a quick heads up. At the end of this video, I'm giving away a free month of Zyon Premium, our most powerful mind tech designed to reprogram focus, embed success habits in your unconscious, and create motivation from the inside out. You'll get brain training tools and systems to help you build real momentum in your life. All you need to do is just subscribe to this channel and comment on the video. I'll give you full access instructions at the end. Now, let's break this down. We've all been taught to chase motivation. That was always the holy grail of success. This external driver, like the rah-rah speeches and seminars we go to, where you go and you get all hyped up and make all sorts of goals and lists of things to do, and then come back, and a few days later, nothing really has changed. This idea that we have to feel ready to start something, and once inspiration hits, then we'll act. That's wrong thinking, and here's why. Motivation is a mood that comes and goes. It's tied to emotion, which is tied to your energy levels, your sleep, the weather, even what you ate for lunch. And as you know, you can listen to a favorite song that's tied to a positive memory, and that gets you motivated, temporarily amped up. But it's short-lived and it doesn't sustain. The point is, you can't really build a life around that. If you only act on your ideas and your plan when you're motivated, you'll stay stuck for, well, what could be a long time. The people who build really extraordinary lives, who build businesses from scratch and they end up doing amazing things with their goals, they don't wait to feel ready. They act from identity. And by identity, I mean the person that they've decided to be. Identity is greater than emotion and transcends fleeting motivation. Here's what this is about and why this concept is so important to embrace. Successful people don't ask, do I feel like doing this? No, they ask, what would the version of me that's already successful do right now? In this moment, to make that vision that I have a reality. Then they do that. They just act. This is the shift from an emotional-based action to an identity-based action. They don't need to be in the mood to get things accomplished. You just need to decide who you are and then act from that place. That's how you become unstoppable in business and in life. I want to drill down on this a bit because if you get what I'm saying and can embrace this idea, it's a complete and total game changer and will be at the core of your success in whatever you choose to do. By shifting your sense of self and acting from this new identity that you're establishing, a behavioral change will occur and you'll be able to see your world, your habits, and how you approach doing things completely differently. It's a simple thing to do, but it's hard to master. Instead of seeing yourself from a perspective of outcome-based change, like I want to run a marathon someday, you operate from an identity that says, I am a runner now. Get it? So I have a goal, let's say myself, to write and produce more videos. There's a lot to learn, too much really. Writing is one thing, but I need to do all this other stuff too, like set up a studio, get the gear, learn how to perform and edit and all those details. It can be daunting, just making videos. But if I see myself already as a creator, a filmmaker, a producer, as a writer, and someone who does this sort of thing already, and that person, that new person that I want to be, I identify with, this creates the reality. I become the person I intend to be by acting like it as my future self, not my past. And it creates a new self-concept, and the motivation to act is automatically there. I don't have to force it or seek external motivation. So let me recap this basic idea as it's the core of all of this and the point of this video. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about you and how you've already decided that you are. When you act from identity, you're not chasing motivation ever again. You're expressing a deeper choice. This is who I am, so this is what I do. And that's what makes you unstoppable. Let me give you the tool that I use when my motivation's low. And we talked about this before, but again, this is all important stuff, so it's good to get these basics drilled down again. I call it the micro-win method, and here's how it works. You shrink the goal. Forget your full list of things to do. Just pick one thing, just one. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. You're not committing to the full task, you're just starting. Movement matters more than completion. Start in motion. Don't overthink it. Open the document, step outside, hit record, make the call. Just move, be in motion. Then celebrate the win. Even if it's small, your brain needs that I did it signal. And that's what builds your forward energy. So think of it this way. Motivation doesn't come before action. It shows up after you move. See what I mean here? And that's the secret. Action creates momentum. Momentum builds on and reinforces your identity. And identity, that's what makes you unstoppable. This isn't about pushing yourself harder. It's about training your mind to respond differently when resistance shows up, and it will. Inside the Zyon app, we built subconscious programming tracks that install this new identity. That's what the Millionaire's Mind training and the Brain Supercharger soundtracks are all about. And I've sold millions of these throughout the years. Titles like Ultra Success and Success Motivation and Peak Performance, all designed to reinforce that new identity with affirmations that bypass your conscious mind and penetrate into your subconscious, which is the whole mind scripting technology that we developed more than 30 years ago. The messages that get etched in your subconscious are things like, I'm the kind of person who follows through. I take action even when I don't feel like it. I move forward because that's who I am. These targeted inner scripts help rewire your default response to resistance or overwhelm and install that new identity. So you don't have to force motivation. You just become the person you want to be, who acts without it. Does all this make sense? If not, there's a lot more videos I've done over the years on this idea of mind scripting, creating a success brain. The entire Empowered series on Zyon is mostly about that and how we can use this technology to evolve the human mind. So I invite you to check it out. Okay, now that we've got the idea down, let's get into the Q&A segment here. Question 1, what if I try and I still don't feel like doing anything? Well, start smaller. The key is to reduce friction, making you want to start. What's one thing that takes less than 5 minutes and moves you closer to your goal? Make that your win. Then stack other tasks from there. Question 2, how do I build consistency when I keep falling off and not getting things done? Well, don't aim for perfect consistency. Aim for resets. Each day is a fresh start. Each small win is a reconnection to your larger goal. Also, you can track your wins. Zygon's daily journal on the app can be used as a momentum tracker, and this will help you. Question 3, should I force myself to act even if I feel off emotionally? You don't need to force anything. You just need to move gently. Sometimes starting shifts your emotional state, especially with things like writing, moving your body, or just listening to brain superchargers. Or maybe just your favorite piece of music to get you in motion. Then let that motion carry your momentum. Question 4, what do I do if the goal feels too overwhelming to even begin? Well, that's your cue to simplify. Break the goal into micro tasks, one step, one move. Ask, what does progress look like in the next 10 minutes? That's enough to get you unstuck. Question 5, how do I stop getting discouraged when progress is slow? Remember, progress isn't always visible immediately. Trust the compounding effect and focus on the progress, not the scoreboard. Your life is a long game. You need to anchor your identity to that long game to keep you going. So again, break things down so you achieve micro wins every day. And this is how to build on one success on another. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to install this unstoppable mindset at the subconscious level and get full access to our premium tools for free, subscribe to this channel, comment below with your biggest takeaway from this episode, then go to zygon.net/free month to unlock your access. Zyon is where we deliver the brain tools, identity training, and performance programming that turns clarity into action and goals into reality. And now with the new Zyon Academy site, which is our online university that operates side by side with our app, you have access to some amazing programs to accomplish all of this. Thanks for spending this time with me. Remember, you're not unmotivated. You just may be overwhelmed and haven't adopted the right identity to create the momentum. Choose identity over waiting for that emotional change, and action over hesitation. I'll see you in the next video or at the new Zyon Academy or inside the app. Stay empowered.